right, guys, it's morning. I am going to be going back to Doha. I've just, again, came here for one day, quick trip to Dar es Salaam. I didn't really have much time to enjoy the city or visit a whole lot. Anyways, we're about to go and fly back with Qatar Airways on their business class. So today we're flying on their Airbus 330-200, which has the business class configuration of 222, I believe. So it's going to be a little bit weird because there's no direct aisle access for people sitting in the window. So I have actually window seat 1A, and we're going to see how that goes. We're going to rate the experience here in Dar es Salaam, going through the airport. We're going to rate the experience of actually service on board, and then getting into Qatar. I hope you stay tuned and watch the entire video, so that way it will help us with the algorithm. And also, if you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoy watching this video, give it a thumbs up. It really makes us happy. So let's go and watch this video.
We start our way from the Elements Hotel by Westin. The taxi was booked directly with the hotel. As I stated in the previous video, allow yourself anywhere between 30 minutes to 1 hour or even more to go between the city and the airport. Since it was Monday, traffic was a bit heavy. If you have not yet seen the previous 3 videos on how I got to Dar, check them out on our channel. We made it to the airport in 1 hour. If you're flying out of this airport, give yourself at least 2 to 3 hours prior to your flight.
So I made it to the airport right now. I am in Dar es Salaam International Airport. I'm about to go through the check-in process right now. From the city to here took about 50 minutes just because of traffic congestions, but nevertheless, we're here. We're gonna go through the process and we'll see how that goes.
There are a lot of document control when traveling abroad. There was no designated lane for the passengers traveling on business class. The documentation check process was chaotic at best. For check-in process, there's a designated line for the passenger traveling on the business class. That process was fast and took no time. Then it was time for another document check, immigration, and then security check.
So I just went through the check-in process. Now I'm going to go through security, and then we're going to see how this goes.
Keep in mind that you will need to fill out an immigration exit form when leaving Dar, and the documents are located just before you get to the immigration officer. After immigration and security control, it was time to head to the lounge available to Qatar Airways Business Class passengers. Twiga or Tiga Business Lounge is the place, and it did not disappoint. The lounge is available for certain airline premium class passengers, as well as Priority Pass, Lounge Key, and Dragon Pass members. The lounge has a great decor from Africa and offers meals at the buffet or ready to order. In my opinion, this is my second best lounge in Africa. If you're wondering, what is my first, it is the South African Airways Lounge in Johannesburg.
So right now I am at the Twiga Business Class Lounge. This is a pretty cool lounge. It's available for people who are flying on Qatar Airways Business Class. It's also available for people who have Priority Pass and also other memberships. So I'll list it right here. But this is a pretty cool lounge. Place to come in and unwind and chill. I wasn't expecting this, but there's also the lounge called, I think, CIP Lounge. That is, I think, available for purchase. I think it's $50. That's what the person who I talked to yesterday told me, that you can have access to it. So, but this one here is actually, as a Priority Pass member, you can use this, and if you fly in business class, you can use this. So, pretty good lounge so far. So good.
The lounge offers a variety of buffet items available and drinks. During my visit, they were still prepping the food, therefore not much was shown there. But you could order directly from the kitchen as well if you need to.
As far as the check-in process for Qatar Airways, it was a little bit confusing for them to check the documentation. I really wish they had like a separate queue for business class people and then everybody else, because it doesn't matter. Everybody has to go through the same queue before your documents are checked, and which I think it just caused a lot of delay. So I waited in line for about 30 minutes to get my documentation checked. And once you get those documentation checked, then you go through the regular check-in to get your boarding pass, and also being able to just get your bags checked. And once that's completed, I went up to 2 additional passport control, and then before going up to actually fill out an exit form. So you have to fill in that entrance form when you come in, and then you have to fill out exit form to leave. And then going through immigration, that was a quick process. And then you go through another luggage check again. So luggage check for you to get into the airport area, and then get a luggage check for you to go through the security area again, before getting into like the gates. So if you're coming here, just be sure that you give yourself enough time. So I actually arrive at the airport at 9 a.m. And I sitting here, and right now it's already 10. So it took about an hour process just to go through the check-in process. So give yourself enough time if you're flying on Qatar Airways from Dar es Salaam to Doha. So again, for this flight we're taking today, it came from Doha down to Kilimanjaro, and then Kilimanjaro is coming here to Dar es Salaam to pick us up, and then from Dar es Salaam we're going to Doha. So right now we're just going to be chilling here for a few minutes before we start boarding. I think we're boarding in 15 minutes, so I'm going to enjoy my coffee and croissant and water, and then be ready to go on this journey back to Doha, and then from Doha continue back to our journey back to the US. And the other thing I want to talk about is I did not check any bags, so I'm traveling with the carry-on suitcase and my book bag that has all my electronic devices in there. So we just came from the lounge and ready to board our flight. The bird is right there behind. I don't know if you can see it, right there. So anyways, we're getting ready to board, and this is going to be about 6-hour flight from Dar es Salaam to Doha.
For the boarding process, business class passengers are invited to board whenever they are ready. Walking down the jet bridge, it is a reminder that my adventure to travel in 4 continents and in 4 days is coming to an end. As with the previous flights, passengers from Kilimanjaro were already on the plane. As I boarded the plane, I was escorted to my seat, where I will be spending my last 6 hours in business class. On this journey, I made my way to my seat 1A. To my surprise, I don't have someone sitting next to me, also no one sitting on seats 1E and F. This plane contains 2 cabins, business and economy. Business class contains 24 seats on a 2-2-2 configuration, leaving window seat passengers with no direct access to the aisle. Since I have no one next to me, this is not a problem at all.
So we're all boarded already, ready to go to Doha, and as a welcome amenity, give you the champagne or a drink of your choice. So I went with the champagne. And then flight crew so far very attentive, very friendly. So hopefully this will be a great flight from here to Doha. So the other thing about this seat is very spacious. Even though it's on this weird configuration of 2-2-2, still there's a lot of space, a lot more leg rooms than the previous flight I took down here. Enough space, enough, and we'll look around the seat, and then I'll let you know what's around it, what's available here for us. So as we're waiting for everybody to board, I just want to go quickly with a couple of things that's around here.
Around the seat, you will find seat controller. A bit old, but it does the trick. A personal reading lamp so that you don't disturb other passengers. A TV remote controller, headphones jack, and a USB port. In between the seats, a power outlet to charge your large electronics such as laptop. There's a small privacy divider, but offers little privacy. There's a storage space underneath for your shoes, and there's a lot of leg room. A coat hanger is also available, and of course a huge screen for the in-flight entertainment. Now for the amenities. You get the welcome drink, an amenity box, which is really cool. But this time, I will not open it. I'm actually going to give this away if we reach 1,000 subscribers to a lucky winner. Again, a prepackaged wet towel, but later in the flight, they gave us a hot towel. You get a large comfortable blanket and pillows. I really like this World Cup one. You also get a water bottle and the noise cancelling headphones. In addition, the meal menu. This time, I did not pre-select my meal and wanted to see what's available on this flight. Take a look at the meal options. My apologies for the blur images. Time to enjoy the champagne before we start pushing back.
Lewandowski here yet? Here he comes. Lewandowski. Okay, listen up. So you all know why we're here. No. Tell them what.
We're waiting to make an airline safety film. Ready? We're here to make the greatest safety film for one of the most awarded airlines in the world.
Shortly, the jet bridge was retracted and we started our taxiing journey to the runway. Today's flight time will be 5 hours and 55 minutes cruising at 39,000 feet. Took off from the west, going eastward towards Zanzibar. Tanzania is an incredible country. If you ever get a chance to visit, please do so. As we enjoy this beautiful takeoff scenery, I would like to welcome a new subscriber to our family and thank those who have been with us since the beginning. On our channel, we provide travel tips so that you can travel better. We also share our family travel adventure and love for food globally. If this is something that interests you, consider subscribing. Now to the toilet for the toilet check. It was a bit narrower in comparison to the Dreamliner. It contained all the amenities that one will need, including toothbrush. This also had windows to look outside. Let's go back to our seat for the meal service. Before the meal service, let's check on the entertainment system. Similar to the previous Qatar flight, this also had the same selection of movies. The console was responsive and had no issues there. I continue with my movie that I didn't finish on the previous flight. I requested my meal service to be delayed a bit, and the flight attendant granted that wish. When it was time, they started me with my own personalized service. I ordered another champagne and Merlot wine. It came with another mixed nuts. After the table was made, a soup was brought. This soup was delicious. After that, the main course was served. I chose the lamb stew plate. It was tender and full of flavor. This followed by a couple of dessert selections. I slept for about 3 hours again on this flight. It was time to begin our descent into Doha. At this moment, I would like to thank the sponsor of this trip, my kids and family. Overall, this was an amazing experience. The flight crew was super friendly and made it an enjoyable one. This is why they are number one. It's their staff that make this company what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doha, state of Qatar, your gateway to the world. The local time here is 11 minutes past the hour 5. In the evening, for your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has completely stopped and the seatbelt sign is switched off. Take care when opening overhead storage compartments and ensure that you have all your personal belongings and travel documents with you as you disembark the aircraft. Remember that smoking is not permitted until you are within a designated smoking area. Customers traveling onwards in first and business class are invited to use the exclusive premium transfer facility in the transfer hall. It has been our pleasure taking care of you today. Thank you for choosing to fly with Qatar Airways and the One World Alliance.
In Doha, we deplane again from stairs. You already know my opinion on this. So again, if you didn't watch the video from London to Doha, you should watch it if you need some pointers on entering Qatar. Because I didn't have a negative PCR test, I wasn't able to leave the airport, even though I had over 9 hours to kill. So I settled on walking to discover the airport mall area. So we just arrived in Doha, and I have about 8 hours to burn. So I'm gonna walk around this massive mall and just get to see it and explore it. I've never done that. All the time I come here, I'm in the rush, or I have like 2 hours left. So right now I have about 4 hours. I have about 8 hours to visit around and see what this mall or airport, and I say mall because it's just shopping's everywhere. It's all about. So yeah, stick around with me as we explore the airport of Doha. Qatar Airways Business Class Lounge was off limit for me because my next flight is in economy class, even though I just flew on their business class cabin. Anyways, that's their rule and I'm not going to argue. Instead, they asked me to go to their Platinum Lounge. This lounge was a bit small. It had everything that I needed, including drinks, hot meals, sleeping area, and shower.
So right now I am at the lounge for the Platinum Gold Plus Lounge. I think that's what they call it. But it's by Qatar Airways. So apparently they have changed the rules. If you're flying, even if you have a top level status with One World, you're still not allowed to use their business class or their first class lounge unless you're flying on their cabin in Qatar Airways or One World business class or first class. So economy passengers now are restricted to be in this smaller lounge. It's much smaller. I'll show you how it looks like a little bit, but no complaints, still better than sitting out there without having access to the lounge. And I think there's also a priority pass lounge that I can use. I think it's the Al Maha lounge if I want to go there, but I'm not gonna force myself to go unless I get bored here quickly. So I'm gonna be spending here about another 7 hours left before my flight. So yeah, it's gonna be a long night back. Anyways, just to recap and close out on the flight. Again, the flight awesome from Dar es Salaam all the way to here. Great service, great people. The cabin crew just outstanding. I think it's 10 out of 10 in comparison to the previous flight that I took down to Dar es Salaam. So the service was great from start to finish. So that's really a plus. So really enjoyed this service or this flight from Dar es Salaam to Doha on Qatar Airways Business Class. So that was really awesome. So really enjoyed it. Will I do it again? I don't know. Not on the same fleet. Maybe in the future. But overall, great food. And not having somebody next to me really did help. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if also you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to our channel. So we'll see you in the next video.